Got busted up. Oh.
There's this really big one right here.
Oh, yeah.
I think that one's going to be, like, uncomfortable. You'll feel it.
Like, I gotta sit down, right? Like, this is a sit-down tank.
Just, you kind of just sit, and then you can kind of, you got to squat.
Okay.
I always try just to get, like, bottom of the neck, make sure my heart's covered. So you could go over there. I just don't know what's going to happen. I feel like it could tip over.
I'm gonna get my trunks on. We'll do it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Left Hand, Right Brain. You know what you tuned into. We just did a cold plunge over here at, I just did a cold plunge over here at Patrick Scott's house. He's got the setup in his backyard. Oh, no, sorry, it's not.
Do I need to change that?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Don't mess with the bottom?
Yeah. No, it sounds good now.
Okay. I wonder if I could change that water now. Like, is it gross? It's like we want to do it if... Well, I guess I share the water. I don't know. I found it gross that you were in that tub.
Here. For some reason, this one's not giving you
The right boom. The right...
Yeah, it's like, I know there's one chord my wife was saying that is fucked up. And she was like, I didn't put it aside. I just put it back with all the other chords. So I was like, all right, I hope this isn't the one.
Well, I do those rotating tab shows, and he has just enough chords to accomplish the task. And I'm like, I don't feel comfortable with that. Because it's like something is going to break eventually. Because these chords fucking suck. Or like, people don't...
They don't last forever.
They don't last forever, and then you have to roll them like a smart way. If you don't want them to ruin, right?
Yeah.
You can't just like put them over your shoulder.
No. That was it's a whole over-under thing.
Yeah, it's like a loop. It's like a noose.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a big part of my schooling. In college, we did a whole day where we just wrapped chords.
Yeah, somebody walked me through it, and I never remembered it.
It was probably me.
But maybe.
Yeah, rotating tap, great show. I was just on one last night over at Landlocked Ales.
Yeah.
I went a little under. I was supposed to do 10. I did like 7:30.
Why'd you do 7:30?
Well, because I wanted to get it. If I did another bit, it was too long, and I didn't want to go over.
Go over.
Well,
I don't know. I guess it's fine. I'm always trying to get out of there quickly, but I guess it doesn't matter.
The show seemed to really go fast. It seemed like it was like,
yeah,
man,
Wes
we're all
is probably
pop,
a
pop,
better host than me.
No, I really missed you. I wanted you there. Because you booked me on the show. I was like, yeah, we're going to be there.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about it. Saw the messages in the morning. Was like, hey, you got a show tonight. Called off work.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone forgets because I book like a month and a half to 2 months ahead of the time, and then we don't message them until the day of. Like, it'd actually be nice like a week out to like message people, hey, by the way, on this fucking show. But like Steve handles all that stuff, so I don't want to do that. I want to do the
Steve sends out the text.
Yeah, he does all that. The group text.
Right.
I just book the show and then run the show, or like, host the show.
Gotcha.
But I haven't hosted like, I swear I've probably not hosted more than I've hosted, because like kids stuff or like other things, like I'll just drop those shows no matter what all the time.
So Steve Vanderplug runs a local comic, runs a bunch of different shows at different breweries. He calls it rotating tap.
Yeah,
but
dude,
you just host. He has like people host because he has so many shows he can't host them all.
Yeah, or
that's
like
pretty good. That's
or
pretty good.
He would. That would be what he did. Like he can't do other stuff because he's just like he would literally just be doing his shows over and over again.
And he has like multiple shows on like Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, dude. He gave us tax. I had to fill out tax forms because we made, You
made enough?
Yeah. Like, so he has a small business.
Yeah.
It's not even a thing. Like, it's like...
or it is a thing. It is a real thing.
No, but yeah, it's not... Yeah. And he bought me like a Christmas gift, like I'm an employee too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What a nice guy.
No, it's really nice. And then it's just one of those things where I think there's a lot more people that are more self-promotional than he is. When he was asking people to host these shows and he showed me his whole list of shows, I was like, holy shit, dude. Because I think I do 2 on the 3rd week of the month, and then everyone else does like, there's at least 2 to 3 shows every week.
And he has like a stable of hosts.
Yeah. And some like me, Nick Dean, and Cody Ulrich are like the main hosts. But then there's a bigger pool of just like, in case we can't do it. So he's got a nice little thing, dude. And he had to submit tax forms because they'd made so much money, or at least made enough money to be like a legit business, which is crazy. And that's what I'm like, when you meet people that are actually like working hard at stuff, you're like, oh, I don't do shit. Like I don't, especially like I don't know. That's so much that he was running. So it's nice though. It was like a little turnkey operation where it's like, oh, these shows are already like established. I just have to like book them and host them. But booking fucking sucks because I'm tired of I don't know any new people.
I know you're constantly like, I can't book you too much,
And
which
that
I don't think any other person worries about that with their friends.
and then some people it's just like, yeah, they'll probably before I was like trying to do pristine lineups, like, oh, this is gonna be great. I'm like, now I'm just like that person will probably do fine. Like
Yeah,
if I don't
it
know them
doesn't
very
matter to
well,
you as much.
particularly because I have to get new people and I don't know them
Just
as
got to
well.
get fresh blood.
Yeah, but luckily I don't think I've never had anybody like be terrible, so that's been good.
Yeah, that's good. But
I'm
there's a
trying-
bunch of people there, so it was a good show. I
I
think
just wish that room was better. It's just you're such in the corner.
Yeah, I did feel a little trapped in the corner.
There's nothing you could do though.
Yeah. It's just just what it is to do shows in a brewery sometimes.
Yeah, but it's actually surprisingly fun though, because I think the room's like not laid out well. Like you do get a good amount of like a good spot over where the microphone is, where you could get maybe I don't know 20 people like right there. Great view of the show, but then you have then it gets narrow, and then the bar cuts off
And
the
it
other
like
half.
goes kind of a curve.
Yeah,
it is
and-
interesting.
But then there's some weird level of people actually listening on the other side of the bar too, and like not bothering. So I've had that whole room listening to the comedy, even though, you're across the room and across a bar listening. So some of it works out. And what's crazy is people come out to these things, and like it's it's not like hard. I mean, like
there's so many people out there.
and
There's enough to like justify doing multiple comedy shows in a weekend.
yeah, he fills
Like,
out
enough
those
comedy
shows.
fans. It's crazy.
Well, because most of these things are small. So like if that room's full, that's probably
I mean, it was good.
I don't know, 60 people, 80 people, which is not a lot, but it's a fun time for a bar show. Like that's a great time. So
I was getting laughs. I could hear it. I
Yeah.
felt it. I felt like I had a hot set.
yeah, but it's like I feel like there was more shows when I started, but they were shittier. And now there's maybe a little bit less, but they're all pretty decent.
I think for a show, you want quality over quantity.
Of audience member?
Yes, of an audience.
I don't know. You still want a lot. A lot's nice. You still
Yeah,
want,
that's nice.
yeah, you don't want the Someplace Else Brewery. I think has been my personal favorite because it's I don't know, it just has a goofier energy than Landlocked Ales. I feel like, and goofier crowd. Like Landlocked Ales is a little bit more like suburban, and Someplace Else is the other one I host, and that's a little
There's
bit
a lot
like
of young
nerdy.
kids there yesterday, so it was just might have been just
Nice.
so
it went well.
rare night. Yeah, but went well, and I like did my closer. I did so well with the 7 plus.
Yeah.
I got a big pop. I was like, end on a high note.
Yeah.
Not just don't just try and stuff in a truncated
Yeah.
bit that's not gonna hit as well. I was like, leave them on more. Rather go a little under than over.
But 7's way under. I feel like
You think it's way under? They think that was too much. I was like,
I mean, frankly, it doesn't matter.
He
Whatever.
was just about to light me because I looked at him and he was like, getting ready to.
Yeah.
You can just tell he's like got his phone and he's like getting ready to do the flash and the light
How
motion.
Was he a good host?
He was good. Yeah, he brought some energy, which was good.
Yeah, he brings a lot in.
Yeah, he brings a lot of energy. He's just like a fun, he's like a non-threatening white guy,
Yeah.
So that's like what you want.
Yeah.
So he did great.
Did he do good with,
I
like,
missed you. I wanted you there.
Did he do good with like the hey everyone like put your hands together, like the energy shit?
I thought it was almost a little too much because he made everyone clap twice for everyone when they got off.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's like, everyone, and I was like, hey, good night. People clapped, and he's like, let's hear it again for blah blah blah. He did that every person. I was like, it's a little much. But
yeah, but you got it. Like not doing that's worse than overdoing it. I feel like. Well, to a certain extent,
especially when there's like a long lead up to get to the mic.
Yeah.
You're just like, keep going with something.
Yeah.
I do the Byron Graham. I'm like clapping as I'm running up to the mic, like, hey,
It's hilarious.
it's just like a way to keep the energy going. Feels good.
Is he in Chicago now?
I think he's in Chicago. R.I.P.
Yeah, it's
Miss you, bud.
It's like one of those things where you.
I hope you're treating Katie Hannon good.
Yeah, they seem happy together.
Yeah.
That's interesting. There's actually been a decent amount of couples that I could think of, like Miriam and Jacob and those old people, Phil
Palisol and
Yeah.
Nora Lynch. Dude, Phil was on that 51st Joke show you're on, which you did very well, by the way. I was jelly watching you guys, both you and Andreas sitting up there.
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn, my bros are up there. Those are my boys. I should be up there.
Yeah.
Just palling around with my fucking enemies up there. No enemies, just kidding. But Phil Palace, I was on that, and I was just like, God damn it, he's so good. He's like a veteran in the comedy scene. Did a lot of writing on sitcoms back in the day.
Do you think he would do a bar show? Like if I invited him to one of those rotating cat shows?
I want to get him on the pod. He's so fun.
Yeah, because I've never really seen him too much. I've just always heard about him, but I'm like, oh yeah, he'd probably do.
I think he does a lot of cruises. Last time I heard him on something, he was talking about like being on cruises a lot.
Maybe I'll do that. That's the other thing that's hard is going out of your comfort zone while booking. Like, I don't ask certain people just because I'm intimidated by them, or like maybe I don't feel like we have that relationship. Like I've never reached out to any of the Grawlix people because they don't know who I am, so it would just be like a stranger. But I feel like I'd have to do that at some point because I'm just like, I can't do the same people over and over again.
I would love if you booked me more, but whatever. No, I don't think you
Fine
do.
enough.
I think you do.
You know what I would love just a pat on the back is how often I book women. And not in like a.
I did notice, I guess,
and not like a fucking way where I'm
equality.
trying. I just book a lot of good people, and they just happen to be women a lot of the time. Like, so I'm not trying to meet a quota. It's just like, but I don't know. People get a lot of shit for not booking diverse, and that was one of the things Steve told me when I said
he gave you your Christmas present.
Well, no, when he brought me on to start hosting these things, he's like, oh well, here's kind of what I would expect, and it's like, hey, I want diverse lineups. I'm like, okay, fucking do it.
That's good.
Because if I was booking it, I would not be afraid to just do white guys down the line because that's how it worked out.
White guys down the line.
If that's just how it worked out, because it's like literally sometimes it's just so hard with people's schedules that like it would just be easier to book whoever's available, no matter what their skin color is.
Yeah, I did see the Grawlix show. They posted it for this month, and it's both dudes. So I was like, big sausage fest.
Was one gay though?
I don't know.
One's got to be
One was
gay.
black. Sure.
Well, that's fine.
There's some diversity, but I mean not.
Like it's so funny that like if they only have like 2 comics on that show, right? Like if they were just 2 white guys, it would like raise an eyebrow. Like why? That's just how it happened. I don't know.
Did you meet Rory Scovel? He was like a guest spot on that 51st Joke show.
He was back there talking to people, but I didn't talk to him. But
51st Jokes is like a show that a bunch of that is a national show, right? Where just people in different communities do the very first joke of the new year is what they're supposed to do.
I think it's just like
a lot of comics didn't.
I think it's like a common
I kept
trope.
a list. All right, I got it. Next time I'll read it out loud.
I can't believe anybody. I'd feel so shitty doing an old joke. Like, but I mean, I had tried that joke out at an open
you
mic.
have standards. But as long as you wrote it within the calendar new year.
Maybe. I mean, it might have been late December, but that doesn't matter. It was a new joke that I didn't know. And it's kind of made its way into, I wanted to do the breast milk joke that I have written recently that's really fucking killing, but it's like I haven't like checked with my wife if it's okay.
Oh, I was going to say.
And it's kind of a fake story. It's all a hypothetical in my head that I pretend like it actually happened.
Okay.
Where she demanded I taste her breast milk. And I don't remember if that happened. It probably didn't. And then I say like, it tasted like horchata. And it's because she's Mexican.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And it's a pretty good bit.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
And then I say, yeah, but it's been killing really well. And I was going to do it, but I didn't want to do it in front of her.
Well, if you get really into it, you're like, let's start a business. Like people make ice cream out of breast milk. Now you're just like so into your breast milk, you're taking it from your kid. Like your kid's all emaciated because you just keep drinking the milk.
Well, have people done that? Like actually?
Yeah, breast milk ice cream's a thing.
Yeah, but it's like you probably can't do it at a large.
Janae Burris was talking about making soap with her breast milk.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, she had a whole bit about it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well.
And she was selling it at the end of the show.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's fun. Because you could make a lot. Like there's like Marie's cousin's freezer broke and she lost some ungodly amount of gallons of milk. Like hundreds of gallons of breast milk because she just produced so much, and you store it up. I
just noticed this camera's not plugged in. I don't want it to run out.
Okay.
So we're gonna cut to me. We're gonna cut to me getting into the ice bath, and so you'll see me make some very weird noises. Like, wow, I was surprised at how much of a bitch I turned into when I got into that thing.
I think you should do it again because I think you're just.
It was very first time, very surprised by how shocking it is.
And you had never done that, anything like that.
No,
before.
I'd never. Well,
have you ever like had like a twisted ankle and put your foot into a bucket of water?
Yeah, yeah. And when I've been in like Pagosa Springs, at like the hot springs,
Uh-huh.
I did jump straight from the hot tub
Yeah.
into the river because they
Yeah.
have like a little section where you could do that. So I've done that.
That's pretty cold. That's probably really cold. And it's running. Well, okay, maybe I don't know what the water is.
There
but-
wasn't standing ice. So, but I mean, it was a. It was
dude,
a
that
different
water
experience.
is literally as cold as you could get because it is just. We had to break the ice off the top.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's literally as cold as you can with it still being a liquid.
yeah, yeah.
So I feel like you should have done more.
Yeah, I only did a. Well, you'll see it. All right, here we go.
So, like I was saying, here's the big one.
Yeah,
Don't stick that up your ass. I think.
Oh, I love that it's a rusty hammer. That's great.
Well, it's rusty because I swirl my pistol.
Okay, throwing that away. Here we go.
Do you have a goal?
What's your time?
I should just try and do 4 minutes.
4 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, can't think about it too much.
Oh, go.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Submerge yourself. Go.
Dude.
There you go. Yeah, these are gross sounds. Go more.
I'm sitting down all like,
Yeah,
dude.
Oh, wait, that's it.
Oh my god.
No, I did. 23 seconds.
Fucking hey, dude, this sucks.
It does suck.
This sucks. Oh my god.
It does suck. But also, like, I guess if you just stay still, your body kind of like puts a little bit of warmth around you. If you really want it to suck, you could like
Okay.
swish it around too.
When I'm at a minute, dude.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
We're at 48 seconds.
Oh my god, dude, no way. I gotta do a minute, I'm out.
No,
A
come on.
minute, I'm out. No, fuck this, dude. Fuck this.
But if you do it for another
Okay,
minute,
nope,
it'll
I'm out.
stop.
I'm out. Okay,
It's a
fuck.
minute now.
Okay.
For a minute.
Jesus Christ. That sucked, dude.
Yeah, it totally sucks.
It totally sucks. Fuck, dude. I want a hot sauna or nothing, bro.
And then that one's got a fucking tear in it. The one that I just bought. Yeah,
Patrick
to
was just
figure that out.
offering me his old one. And part of me is wondering, like, is he just trying to offload some junk to me?
No, because it's. I was about to use it, but then I got like a free Amazon gift card from work. I'm like, I'll just spend this Amazon gift card on like a nicer one.
All right.
So I mean, I think you could if you wanted to do it. It's kind of fun, but it's like everyone asks me why I do it, and it's like there's not a good answer. It's kind of stupid. It's like really dumb to do.
I mean, no, I think you get something out of it. I do feel good. I don't know if it's just like, I don't know if I'm like, oh, my serotonin's up.
Yeah, there's a little placebo. You can't like
But
really.
yeah, I mean, my energy, I mean, it is very shocking. So there, you're up. I'm up now. I'm up.
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
I had to get here really early to set up all this equipment because Patrick's a dad and he needs to,
yeah,
take care
dude,
of
you
his
walked
kids in the
into the
morning.
thick of it.
Yeah.
I
they
was
were-
just putting my son into the bath, and Natalie and my wife had not like gotten clean, and they were trying to go to the library at 10:30. So you were like in the thick of it.
Natalie's
like
his
getting ready.
mistress.
Yeah, That's my-
Natalie, my wife.
my little baby.
Yeah, his
She's
daughter's name.
7-month-old.
Very cute. First time I've ever met her.
Yeah,
She just stared at me.
But yeah, so you got into the heat of it because I didn't expect you so early, but I guess I should have.
Well, you said you can come at 9.
Yeah, I
And got here
did,
at
and
9.
it worked out fine enough. But yeah,
I got up at 7 so I could eat some breakfast.
okay.
So I'm
nice.
feeling good. So
Nice.
yeah, I guess this is all a check-in with, the weight loss challenge.
Yeah,
Staying strong to it. How you feeling? How much have you lost?
I think just I'm at like 190 and I was at 195, so 5 pounds.
Which is pretty good. Very good.
It's okay.
Very good
It's
for
okay,
a
but
couple
I only
weeks.
took it serious since Monday, frankly. Like I was doing it, but
All
like
right,
not
all
doing
right.
it to the full extent where I was actually tracking calories. But Monday I started because I was doing that set at the fort where I wanted to like I had
Headlining set at the fort.
yeah, but it was
Congratulations.
20 minutes. Ultimately, it wasn't that big a deal. But I thought it was 30, so I was all in my head about doing the 30 minutes. So I was like, okay, I know I do better when I'm confident, like I feel good about myself,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna feel good about myself if I actually do everything that I'm supposed to do about
Yeah,
like eating
yeah.
and shit. And that just helps so much. Like actually just being confident and like not. I don't know. When I don't eat and exercise the right way, I just don't. I feel like I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah. There's that whole thing about you have to do esteemable acts to get self-esteem.
A little bit.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Or you just feel better about yourself. You don't, or
yeah, you're doing everything you can.
So that was trying to be my most confident self for, something I was like a little
For
bit
20
scared.
minutes on stage.
It
No,
was
I
supposed
get
to be
it. I
30.
get it.
30. It's amazing how like.
So someone else went under a little, huh? Oh, you're giving me.
No, dude, I did like 25. The time was 20, but I was ready for 30. And after that set, dude, I could have done, if I would have done everything on that cork board, I could have done 45, maybe more.
You
Because
got a
they
whole
were laughing
corkboard
so
with,
much.
Well,
If
that's
they
a
were-
quality problem.
If they weren't laughing, that might be 20 minutes
He's
worth
got
of
a whole corkboard with
Yeah.
sticky notes or.
all my shit. And it's depressing. You know what depressing is like? That's like 10 years of comedy. That's all I have. Is that fucking corkboard
But
of
you said it
jokes.
killed, so that's good.
Yeah, but a lot of it's the new stuff. But also, I went through
Mm.
all my old joke books just trying to find material. Like, oh, maybe I forgot something. And there was so many that I would see words like and not remember what the fuck the joke was. Like ribs. I did a joke about ribs for like a whole year. It made it into all my little set lists, and I don't know what the fuck ribs is. I'm like, man,
Did
what
you
if
not
it-
record yourself?
I've deleted all that shit. Because I record myself, but I don't listen to it, then I just delete it. I'm like, what the fuck was ribs?
What are you making space for? Why are you deleting?
Because I'm not going to listen to it because it's so much junk. And it's also depressing how many of the recordings are just me saying the same jokes over and over again. Like if I record myself, it should be new shit or stuff I'm trying to learn, not
Mhm.
like, hey, let me listen to myself.
Well, if you would have had one, you'd know what ribs are. You got a little.
Boogie.
Yeah.
Hmm. But yeah.
Let me
so-
see the other side. Yeah, I think maybe it's a hair.
Wow.
Alright. Okay.
So yeah, I try to get, but yeah, it's kind of
Just trying to watch out for my boy here.
depressing how little material I have. Like you think 10 years would be like, oh, this fucking ungodly amount of shit that I am proud of. And literally that cork board, maybe 50% of that shit I think's like good.
Well, your standards raise as you
Oh my
go
God.
along.
Seeing old set lists from like 5 years ago, like, oh, this is all dog shit. Like they're jokes that are on the cork board, but I'm like, I don't have faith in them, or I don't like, oh, they're just not good. I think they could probably get laughs, but they're not. They're dog shit, dude. It's like depressing to realize how little I've actually accomplished and done when I've actually been working pretty hard to be a funny comic.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's good. I think
But I
that's-
haven't done anything. The fucking email, so they sent out emails for the fort, and they had mine where I was like the headliner person, and it said Colorado comedy veteran, which is very funny because they just have nothing to put on there as far as accolades. They just have to say he's been in Colorado doing comedy for a long time. That's all they have as far as like things they could put on my fucking credits.
I did ask Wes Williams. I was like, "Hey, can you say for my intro that I have the longest running comedy podcast in Denver?" And he went up and said he has the longest or the podcast that's been on the longest in Colorado history or something like that. And I was like, that makes it sound weird.
I mean,
In Colorado history.
who could prove you wrong?
I mean, it's the longest comedy podcast is totally right. I mean, sorry, my mic's cutting out a little bit here.
No.
Yeah, I have the longest running comedy
There's
podcast
got to
in
be
Denver.
somebody who's
Nope.
like been doing it.
Nobody.
No, that you know of,
Then they don't count.
not amongst the scene.
There's no other comedy podcast that's been going longer than mine.
But is that what's Robert Kelly does that for New York too. He's like, I
Know
started
what?
this,
The
yeah.
podcast.
But also, I don't know, longest running.
It is.
I'm just saying, is that the best?
Why
If
you
you're if you're like gonna,
Yes, that is the best I could claim.
yeah, not the best in quality, but we've been around for a long time. I'm
I-
not saying that was a joke. I'm not saying I don't think.
Dude,
the
every new comic has either listened to or been on my podcast.
I'd
Any
like
comic who's anybody in the scene
You need to do
has come through LHRB.
You need to do the Young Bucks thing again.
Yeah, I was trying to think about that last night. I was like, who should I get? And I just like don't care for any of these kids right now.
Oh, well, you can't. I was just gonna offer you off a laundry list, but now it's gonna seem like you hate all these people.
No, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Evan Joe's very funny.
I've
Yeah.
already had him on the pod, yeah.
But like the Young Bucks
Yeah,
episode
do
where
a
you get them
Young
all
Buck-
together.
Yeah. I still could do him. He's good.
Jake Two Pizzas.
I haven't talked to him. He's so hard to have a conversation with.
Yeah. So you think Grayson Knight was like a fucking
Yeah.
wordsmith?
All right. True. True that. True that.
I wonder where he's at, dude. He's probably all old and hairy and shit.
He's got a girlfriend, and last I heard, he's got a girlfriend. He's very happy, and he's like designing clothes for like a college class or something.
Oh, he's like doing well.
I hope so. Who knows?
I hate when people leave and do well and have like better lives. Like I think Cody Spiker's like way happier now that she doesn't do comedy.
Yeah, but
And I'm like,
you never
Fuck
know
off.
because I don't know what's going on in her life.
she like randomly messaged me one day when she saw me walking down the street. It's like, hey, I just saw you. And I was like, that's cool.
Why didn't you say hi in person? Weirdo?
I think she was driving by.
Oh, okay.
And I was leaving Rise and she was driving by.
Yeah, I think about her a lot. I saw Timmy Lasley, old comedy vet,
Yeah, dude.
and she just doesn't do it anymore.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's why a lot of people quit because they go to open mics.
I
and
feared being that person. The one's like, oh yeah, whatever happened to JD?
Yeah.
You're just like, I hope he's happy, but you don't know.
No, but that's better. I mean, who cares what everyone
I care what everyone thinks.
Okay.
That's what's hard. I'm trying to let go of that.
Yeah.
I've been trying my whole life.
Yeah, you got to work on that, I feel
You
like.
don't care what everyone thinks?
No, I certainly do. To like a crazy amount.
Yeah.
Like going to that 51st jokes thing was like hard because we had a wedding that night, and so we had to like arrange it. So my wife was like wasn't gonna like leave my wife at the wedding. Like she had to come to the show, and it was this whole thing. At some point, it was like it might not have worked out, and I was really bummed about it because I don't get invited to those cool people shows. So I was like,
yeah.
oh,
I mean, that's a
I was
pretty
just
big
excited
deal
to be
in the
amongst the
scene.
cool people show.
Yeah, you're headlining at the Fort. You got 51st jokes. You say you don't want to be a pro comedian, but you're getting all these things.
It's not a lot. I mean, it wasn't like the biggest, like a Thursday
Quality
at the Fort.
over quantity.
I don't know.
That's more than I've gotten up at the Fort. I'm not trying to
you don't
sound
go up
jealous or
there.
petty, but
You just don't go up there
not
either.
often.
And I have like a relationship with. I was in Fort Collins for a long time too.
Right.
So
yeah.
like,
People do think of you as a Fort Collins comedian.
you know what? I'm not. They have pictures on the wall of dudes who quit a long time ago. I can't believe it. And I was amongst that scene too. And I can't. I'm so bummed that I'm not on
You're
the
not
wall.
on there. You got to give them your own picture. That's how it happens. You got to give them.
No, dude, they need to take down Weston Unruh's fucking picture. He was in the scene for like 2 years, and I'll put mine
Let
up.
no one forget his.
Or Pat Bell. I loved all these guys. They were amongst, like, we were hanging out. But what are they doing there? They're long gone. They're not doing comedy. And I don't know. I was so sad when I didn't get it.
You saw Weston Unruh?
What's Weston doing, dude?
I know. I don't know. Yeah.
Fucking sell. He's like got into real estate, and again, fucking guy's doing well. He's not doing comedy anymore, but he doesn't need to be up there. I love that they have Jacob Erdman's picture over the toilet. That's hilarious. There's a lot of funny shit, but I want to petition. I was thinking about just like,
Do you have a headshot?
no.
Okay, well, first get a headshot and then give it to them and they'll put it up. I swear to God, that's how it works.
I think I should just send it in the mail. Like, hey, this is.
Hey, I saw this guy last Thursday. You should
put this over Weston's photo.
Yeah, just slide it into Weston's. You don't even have to get a new frame.
But that's the only thing I've been like. That's one that bummed me out. Cause I'm like, oh, I was around. All these people know me and like me and think I'm funny, and like I was as much a part of the scene as they did. But I'm just not. I don't know.
Yeah, but you're feeling good. You're looking good.
And
right, you're performing well.
I'm in a sweet spot.
Yeah, dude.
I've been really doing well lately, and I think it's just I don't know what it is. Because I would assume that you would need to go up more to be better, but I've been going up less, and just having a lot more fun.
And you've been doing well, and people remember you. People think of you a lot.
Good.
Yeah, yeah. People like you
hope
for
so.
some reason.
Well, I think I'm pretty affable. When you talk to me. If I'm not like autistic, if I'm not autistically, trying to, I always think about as far as like my autism is, I did Lucha Libre and Laughs, and Sam Talent and Nathan Lund were just standing there, and I was just like in the backstage, and I kind of said hi to him, and like. Then Weasel kind of scurried away, like all weird and awkward. I was like, man, I really needed to talk to him because like Nathan is the reason why I started doing or was able to do comedy was because he was the only nice open mic host. And it's like, that was essential to me starting. And I was like, and we kind of know a little bit about each other. Like I really missed out on just like having a conversation because I was so thrown off by the backstage stuff and being like autistic-y, not wanting to hang out and like going to hide. I was like, fuck, I really fucked. I always fuck up Lucha Libre and laughs, dude. I always fucking suck. Like, I tried to, first time, I was too scared to get into the ring, and then I bombed, and like they were flashing the lights of me to get off, and I was trying to get off on a joke, and I just did a laugh, and I just couldn't. So I bombed the first time, and this time I went to go get into the ring because I wanted to, and the cord wasn't long enough, so I just panicked and just stood outside the ring. And then and then the first time I didn't do the commentary. I just went and sat near the announcers, and I thought they'd like wave me over or something. So I just kind of awkwardly sat near them and never spoke. And then this time, I was trying so hard to like do commentary, and I couldn't. I was so silent. I probably said 2 things. It was like I always bombed the shit out of fucking Lucha Libre and laughs, dude.
It's a wrestling comedy show mashup.
And it's a really cool show. And like now
Very popular.
I'm just over here going like, man, I just think the acoustics are weird. That's why I didn't hear a lot of laughs. But I think it was just like it was so tepid. My response.
I've never been asked once. You've been on multiple times, so you're doing
Twice,
good.
baby.
Yeah, it's multiple times.
I thought Gossard would have you on. I feel like Mitch might. I was wondering why Gossard asked me because I don't know how he books
He's
that.
the guy who runs it.
Yeah, I imagine Mitch might have said something nice.
Yeah, Mitch loves you.
Yeah, Mitch.
I was just telling Mitch we should get both of you guys on a pod together at some point.
He's always been so nice. Like I could tell who's really nice because I work past my autism with them, and Mitch has always been very
Mitch
sweet.
Jones, the best.
Yeah, nice hug.
Nice hug.
That was actually the nice thing about 51st Jokes was like, particularly like the first time I did it.
He killed it.
Mitch
killed it.
He's always hilarious.
I felt like everyone was doing like too many roasty jokes. This one girl did a new joke that was very meta about roasting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like a roast joke about roasting.
Well, the new people are into the roast.
The roast
battle.
thing's very popular,
and they're good at it, dude. They're bananas good at it. I've done a couple of those shows, and it's like, fuck, dude, I am so defenseless against these fucking kids because I just want to call them the F word or something, you know, like go full 90s on them. Shut up, retard, you know, like something like that. But then they're all.
Man.
I think the Springs roast shows it's all you look like shit, and then some of that's even non sequiturs, which I just don't ever like.
And
you look like you smell like, I don't know. See, I'm not even good at it.
I've been going out to some shows to try support to be out there in the scene.
Yeah.
And one thing I have noticed is like, especially the Grolix guys. Like I went to one of Ben Roy's shows.
Yeah.
He was like, Austin sucks. Well, he was just like, I think Denver has the best comics. Like Austin can go fuck itself, basically. I don't know. He didn't use those words, but I mean, that was the vibe I got. Mm-hmm. And then Adam Caton Holland, after the 51st Jokes, posted this whole thing on Facebook about like, hey, we shouldn't be doing shock jock. Well, I don't know if he said we shouldn't be, but he was like, I'm worried about the direction comedy's going, kind of. Yeah. And like, we shouldn't be doing Joe Rogan, Tony Hinchcliffe shit. He basically said there are words, and Denver comedy is better than that or something.
Yeah, I was wondering what drove that. Like, what was the catalyst?
I was curious about
for
that too. Although I did watch his new special, Wallpaper. It was good.
I'll check it out.
It was good.
But I've heard that too, where it's just like the extreme shock style that's going on in Austin.
I wonder if Denver. Well, it's funny that the 3 biggest comics here in Denver right now are all like. I haven't heard anything from Orvidal yet, but the big dogs are kind of taking a stand against Austin in a way.
I guess. It's so funny. Everyone's so insecure about Austin now. Like you just hear comedians talking shit about Austin all over the place because they're just like all insecure about I don't know, it being the place to be right now. But I don't know. I haven't traveled enough. I wonder about that. I'm like, is Denver? How is Denver compared to like Minneapolis or Atlanta? Like, there's tons of really good scenes out there that are probably, or Chicago. You know, like there's probably tons of scenes that are probably.
I want to go out there and see if my comedy could fuck. I've been trying. I tried to do. Well, money is a big issue. Money and time. Yeah, I tried to set up something to Atlanta at the end of last year, and I put something out on the Atlanta Facebook page, like, "Hey, I'm coming to Atlanta." Blah blah blah. Got one bite.
Yeah,
and it's like that's not enough to go out and like find a place and stay out there for one show that wasn't gonna. I mean, they were gonna pay a little, but it just wasn't gonna be enough.
Yeah, that was like the old Sam Talent thing, like show up into show into a city and then do like the open mic things, then get booked on shows. Was that what they did?
I think that's what I'm gonna have to do.
Or like
Just go and do open mics and just take a bath on some stuff.
I think if you talk to Katie, she got
I
a
did.
lot
She
of,
gave me a bunch of names and stuff. I reached out to a couple people. I mean, she gave me a bunch of names, but like one email, it's all like,
yeah.
okay. Well, and I do appreciate it, Katie.
Is the
you're great.
video? Did you send them a video?
It's like I only have Comedy Works videos. And one was this was the newest one.
Yeah.
It's from the Funny Final Four last year.
Okay.
So, I mean, I did what I could.
Yeah, I don't know how people do that, but they do it. Like PJ Johnson would be a good person to talk to about that stuff because he's been doing a decent amount of stuff outside. But I think that's huge. I feel like you got to do that.
Yeah, I think I should just start going and doing more. Just doing an open mic for a weekend or something.
You and your wife should get a fucking Sprinter van and live in it and just fucking. She'll probably do like if she gets another job, it'll probably be remote anyway. She could live. You could all live this fucking crazy remote lifestyle.
I've been hearing a lot about people pushing against the remote working now. People want you to come back into the office. What do you think about that? You work from home.
Yeah, and
Would
I wish
you
my
hate
wife
going
does,
back in the office.
No, my wife does a hybrid, and I think that's the best. Where like you go into the office 2 days a week, and you are at home another portion of it. But there's some just now all remote jobs. There's more all remote jobs than you'll ever find before the pandemic.
Yeah.
So they're out there, and but I get it.
I just hate when I listen to like Rogan or whatever these other podcasts are. Sometimes I listen to and they're like, oh, everyone's just so lazy and they need to get back in the office. It's like they can do the same work. That's why working remotely is so popular because they found you could do the same amount of work from home. Like you don't have to fucking
but it's also
be in the
little,
office.
It's a little with that. Everyone has to admit too. They also like to do it because they probably fuck off a lot more and probably do a bunch of bullshit and probably like.
But as long as they're getting the work done, who cares?
Yeah, but if the boss says like, hey, we need you in the office, them's the rules, and then just go find somewhere else. Like I don't think it's bad. I actually, I like when you go into the office because then you could kind of have.
You would not like if the guy was making you go in and you couldn't play Xbox and jerk off all day.
I don't do that anyway.
You would do that anyway at the office?
No, I don't do that anyway now. Like I actually work a lot at home.
We're in your basement office right now. I saw your jerk off station.
I mean, you did, but you didn't know where you were when you did. You were in my jerk off station. No, but it's also you need the human contact's big, and I think people are disregarding that a little bit for like the
socialness.
Yeah, dude, it's so nice just to have random fleeting interactions like with people that you're not going to get when it's all Zoom calls and Slack messages and shit. So I'm a big believer in a hybrid.
A hybrid would be more acceptable, I feel like.
And then the hybrid is also very lax too, because if you only go 2 days a week, everyone just agrees, hey, it snowed today, we're not going in. So there's also a lot of flexibility where people it's like kind of just all end up working from home a lot still. But I do get mad at people who are like, I don't want to go back in. Well, fucking then find somewhere else to work because that's just the rules. That's how we want it to work.
That's a very privileged position there, Patrick.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is because you work from home and your job's secure.
No, it's not. They just laid off a bunch of people.
But you're fine.
No, I'm not. I'm sure they'll lay off more people. Don't call it secure.
You are job secure right now.
No, and then AI is going to take my wife's job for sure. Like it's just we're all going to fucking. We're so insecure at this moment. Just know that.
At least you have a job. My wife is unemployed at the moment.
Yeah, it happens. That's going to happen when especially in these kind of jobs, like techie jobs.
Yeah.
You're fucking so.
I'm mad at this tech boot camp she went to during the pandemic because they were like, they made it sound like, she
got a job.
She did get a job, but it wasn't through connections through the school that much, it was like, and they made it sound like, she's going to be batting away jobs like crazy. And it's just like, maybe it was just bad timing when she got into the workforce. Like AI just became more of a bigger thing and like more useful to people and stuff. But I mean, she's going to these meetups and she's saying they're kind of depressing because they're all just commiserating about how hard it is to find a job.
Yeah, but there's stuff out there.
I know there is stuff. I'm not saying that there's not an opportunity and she won't get a job eventually. It's just.
It's not like she's a cobbler. or like something that doesn't have a lot of
I feel like it'd be easier to get work as a cobbler. That's a high
who
demand
the
job.
fuck? I walked past the cobbler and I'm like, who the fuck is? What are these shoes?
I went
that
into a
he's
shoe
cobbling?
store.
I'm working on my second act where when I get laid off from this job and I can't find anything, it's electrician. I'm gonna be an electrician.
You're gonna be a fucking 40-year-old apprentice electrician.
Yeah, it doesn't seem. There's no shame in that. Don't fucking
Not
age.
shaming that, but I mean, it's
you
gonna be hard.
ageist-
It's
you
gonna be
ageist-
hard.
Ageist
You gotta
bastard.
be like climbing up fucking.
yeah, dude, I'm taking ice baths, so I could do that, dude.
Yeah, so you could climb up a pole and
Yeah, what do you
get
want?
into crawl spaces.
What do you want when you have an electrician? You want some fucking 21-year-old new dick coming in here, or do you want some old guy with gray hairs and his beard?
Doesn't know what he's doing. Is trying to learn his way around the fucking.
It is a scary one because you could die, but that's my plan. Either that or like plumbing or something.
I thought about plumbing. Well, when I worked at my last job, we did a whole like course on electricity.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, you have to know how many amps and volts are going into something, and
Yeah,
like so
dude.
you can power it and all this jazz. And especially like working in the hotel, they're like, oh, we got to divert so much power over this side and blah
Yeah.
blah blah. And that was very interesting. It was very interesting.
What
There's a lot
about
that goes into it.
drywall? Just be really good at hanging drywall. Have you seen
Again,
that?
very physical labor. Very physical.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, you could do it. You could do.
Yeah, you could if you
could
had
hang,
to, but
you could hang drywall and like be skillful and like high end till you're like 60. I think. Call it 60. I have it on my Instagram. People fucking putting drywall up real nice. It's like boom, 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 boom.
you know, what I always thought looked good as bricklaying. I always thought that looks like
dope ass.
that looks romantic to me
title.
for something like
He's a
bricklaying.
fucking bricklayer, dude. There's nobody.
Yeah, and all the,
Nobody's a pussy who's a fucking bricklayer.
yeah. I was listening to
That one might not be the biggest
one of those
job
Stoic
market.
books, Stoicism books, and
Yeah.
like they were talking about how like who's the guy in World War II, the British dude?
Churchill?
Yeah, Churchill would lay bricks for like exercise and like
Yeah, dude. Or just have a garden.
and just like a meditation,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like physical, and then he would like he built a wall around his yard or whatever to keep the Mexicans out. Or
Well, that's what's scary is you mentioned 40. Yeah, that's what I would be doing.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be a
You'd be-
40-year-old doing his pivot. That's just what it's going to have to
it's
be.
not like people are gonna do, and we're never gonna retire.
It's better. It's better than some asshole who's like, "Oh, my mining job moved away. I can't do anything other than mining." No, I'm not going to be that asshole who is not
Like-
going to adjust to the world.
Every guy in Pueblo when the steel mill closed. You mean?
Steel mill's still going? It's just at a way smaller rate. But yeah, exactly. You can't be. You can't.
Let's open up a video rental store.
You can't wait for someone to save you. Like you really have. There's means out there to like do shit, and you just have
but
to go
I mean,
do it.
Jesus, these are all hard jobs, dude.
Electrician's not that hard.
Yes, it is.
No,
Dude,
but I could do
took
it.
the course on electricity, dude. There's a lot that goes into it.
No, there is, but I think there is.
I mean, and that's not even the physical thing. That's just like understanding how many amps and volts are going through this shit and all. And like,
yeah,
I couldn't even tell you the difference anymore.
Yeah, it's a skill. It's a trade.
Yeah, it is a trade. Yeah,
So you have to be.
but it
good
is a
at
valuable thing. Anyway, any electricians out there that want to take on Patrick in the next couple of years,
I feel
here
like
he
that's
is.
fine. Or like, what would be a
he'll
less
probably be 15 pounds lighter at that time.
labor-intensive job? But something like that, or appliance repair, or
That's why I like my job driving, dude. There's a lot of fucking guys that are in worse shape, way worse shape than me doing this job and are way older. So I'm like, I could do this forever. And they're in the
but
union,
the
so they're
robots are
taking
coming
care.
for that shit, right? Like,
No way, dude.
They already
The-
have. There's
the
already
government-
self-driving cars.
Dude, hell will freeze over before the government is going to replace all those buses with EVs.
Until it saves money.
Until it saves money, but that's going to be way down the line. And I'm part of the union, so, the union will fight that in a way.
Yeah, the union will fight progress. Get that
Yep.
fucking new technology out here. We don't want.
I'm pro-union.
We don't want.
Hey, get AI to make a painting. Don't have it fucking drive your old grandpa around.
Well, now you're saying it's fine for like the painters to be
Yeah,
fucking
fuck
put
those
out.
painters. I don't paint.
It's gonna
No,
come
I'm
for
just
all of
joking.
us, dude. You're not gonna.
No, yeah, I think it'll be an interesting pivot, because I'm in it every day, dude. I'm in the transportation business. I'm hearing what
Yeah.
they're saying. They don't even want to put fucking new heaters in this bitch. Like
Yeah.
they're just like, it's a little cold. Who cares? They're not. I mean, dude, they've got fucking old ass buses, dude. They don't want to turn around any of that shit.
And they do hit people and get into terrible accidents from time to time. The self-driving cars.
Yeah,
like,
I mean-
it does happen.
And I do think there's going to be something where the
Gays get in
customers-
the way.
the customers don't want it. The customers won't want to take an electric vehicle when they will want a person. So therefore, it will be more cost effective always.
What about like a mannequin that's like animated? Like, hey, how's it going?
I know.
Because it is like jarring to just see like a wheel moving with like nobody. Like when I've seen the people, because everybody videotapes it too when they get in the self-driving taxi, and it is fucking nuts.
I heard on the radio that Hertz and all these car rental places are trying to sell all their EVs because no one wants to drive them.
I literally just went through this because we're going to Tampa next week, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll try an electric car. I'm like, no, the fuck, I'm not, dude. I don't need to like be searching for an outlet somewhere.
Yeah, and when you're in a new place and you don't know where the fuck you're going anyway.
And they're broken half the fucking time, or I have to wait in line, and now I got like, who would volunteer for that? That is exactly the last thing you want when you're renting a car.
Especially, on your vacation, and you're like, I'm going to ruin my vacation to fucking Florida to Disney World because I don't know how to work this Tesla.
And I guess Teslas are having a ton of trouble with all the really cold weather recently. There's also that shit. Like, there's just too many variables. Like, I don't know why anyone would want an electric car to
rent. At this point,
to rent. But maybe if you wanted to, if that's what you want, I think they're kind of fun. Like to drive. Like my cousin took me in his, and it's fucking nuts. Like they're cool technology, but like the convenience is not there. And then that guy got shot and murdered at the fucking Tesla thing?
That Tesla by my house at the Edgewater Market.
Oh, yeah.
That was right by my Shake Shack.
Oh, shit, dude. What was that about? Did they were fighting or?
I don't know. Yeah, it was an altercation. Then one guy just pulled out a gun and shot him, and he died.
Fucking stupid. Like, that's what sucks about guns is so many assholes just pull them out like that. Just like over some bullshit disagreement. Like if they could just beat the shit, like punch each other, it would have been way better. Like I feel like that's fine.
Yeah, at least one of them would still be alive.
Unless you know, both of them would still be alive. There's tons of things that could go wrong with that too. But like, that's a bummer. But yeah, dude. Yes. Why would you want an electric vehicle when you rent it? That's so stupid. Last thing you want.
Well, they thought it'd be better for the environment, and people would want to do that.
But also that's everyone knows that's not true. Like it's it puts it somewhere else. Like you have all these giant batteries that can't be recycled now. Like it's just a different. It's just a different
thing.
Same shit, different pot, something like that. It's bad,
but Colorado is like has the most like tax rebates, so it's like the best state to get an electric car.
I was thinking about it, but it's just not. I don't want to do it anymore.
I mean, if we could buy one of those Hertz cars, I think we'd end up making money.
Yeah, one of those.
Well, we don't have enough to put down on anything, but you get it all back in taxes. Like you get like 3 different tax rebates.
Even if it's a used EV, you get like tax rebate.
Yeah, I think I'd assume, but I guess I haven't looked into it that much. But you get like a huge tax credit if you buy an EV.
I'd have to get an out. Then I'd have to pay whatever X thousands of dollars it is to get the outlet in the house.
Oh,
I need a supercharger in the house. That would be the biggest. If I'm getting a fucking EV, I'm getting a supercharger in the garage, so I could do most of the charging there. And I guess that if you're buying a car, it's really not that big a deal. If it's like, hey, $2,000, $3,000 to put a charger in your fucking car or in your house, because it's like you already spent that money.
And you're like, I'm planning on making a pivot to electricity anyway, so I'm just gonna put it in myself.
Yeah, and who knows about that?
Fucking burning your house down.
Who knows about that? Yeah, dude, that's the other thing too. Is like with electrical shit, you could really kill somebody.
Yeah,
like you could burn down their fucking house. Yeah, it happens all the time. Electricians kill themselves. So maybe
same thing with plumbing. You got to solder shit in between the walls and stuff, and you got to fucking really make sure that something in there didn't catch on fire.
I feel like electricity is more dangerous. I feel like,
but I mean, I'm just saying there's some danger to both.
Yes, yeah, of course. You could die doing anything, but I think the poop is what gets me with the plumbing.
The plumbing, yeah, there's a lot of shit.
But I guess if you're like doing like installation,
but they make so much money.
Yeah, because it's a good skill that people don't want to do.
Money, yeah.
And you probably are pretty happy. I feel like you're like getting exercise. You have a nice skill. Like I think, fuck you, man. Don't be saying plumbers.
I don't know.
Plumbers aren't happy. But I feel like
I didn't say they're not happy. I just said I wouldn't be happy.
Why?
Because you have to like go in the middle of the night when someone's fucking pipes break and like
it's not like someone feeding you grapes in a hammock. That's what JD would like out of a job.
All I'm saying is that wouldn't like the inconvenience of having to go whenever something happened. You know, you're kind of always on the clock.
Yeah, you don't want a job. That's a job. It's responsibility.
No way. Fuck you. You are not always on the clock. You clock in at 9. You get off at 5. Fuck you, dude. And you're like, oh, if they were giving me emails at 9 at night and expected me to work, you would be upset.
But yeah, but I probably wouldn't do that. I wouldn't be
you just wouldn't do it.
I know. I wouldn't be on the clock plumber. I'd be like, hey, we're building a new
I'm a
apartment
9
building.
to 5 plumber.
Yeah, dude, like a
Wow,
union
look at
plumber.
You
It's
you
a
just don't even
union,
understand how
union pipe fitters, bitch. It's part of the rules in their
Union pipe-
union that they
you
can't be
work
called
when
out.
there's work.
I don't think that
You
you're
work
like.
when they need something
I don't
done.
think a plumber is like a surgeon where it's like beep 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 beep. Oh crap! I gotta go do plumbing. I think.
Yeah,
you
they're
could
like,
go-
oh, you're working at this apartment building in fucking not lot, whatever, apartment 14A. It's Christmas Eve and their fucking plumbing's out. You got to go fix that.
I'll fix iPads. I think that might be another thing.
Yeah,
like
maybe
just
that.
do the fucking. Because I like that I break you fix place. Like I've taken a few things there. Like it's just like a repair
I
shop.
break you fix.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
funny.
it's great. They recover. Yeah, they're great. So maybe
Yeah,
device repair.
I've seen those like TikToks where the guy's like, oh, I got this old camera. This guy
Yeah.
wants to get the fucking footage off of it, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. And they do it.
That's
They
a
figure
nice
out-
job. I could do that. But I'm gonna be old. That's what sucks.
But I'm going to be old.
Because 40 is like old, dude.
At least you want to be old and doing that, not like crawling into crazy people's houses and like, they're like, oh yeah, we fucking did
Or-
everything up in the attic. You gotta get up there, bud.
We could scale down our lives a little bit and be a teacher. Like I could always be a teacher, I feel like. And like make enough to get by. Like I'm not gonna be comfortably earning money, but I think I could. Man, dude, some of the shit, particularly in Pueblo, like my dad's teachers union was going through debates about like, hey, we want pay raises. And the fucking starting pay for teachers in Pueblo was so crazy low. It was like, what the fuck, man? So I'd have to get through that maybe. But I think Cherry Creek has actually got pretty decent pay scale. So I mean, a teacher is another fallback. We're just listing fallbacks.
I was just listening to Arnold Schwarzenegger put out a book,
Yeah.
and his thing was like, don't have a plan B. That's like his rule number 2. Don't have a plan B. You gotta fucking, because you're not gonna go in all in on plan A if you have a plan B. And
Yeah.
he's like, if you're gonna fall forward.
Yeah, go
I'm
for
like,
it.
wow,
dude.
it sounds great when Arnold Schwarzenegger's saying it.
Yeah, I mean, there's something to that. Don't half step. Half stepping's never good.
Yeah.
What is you? I mean, I think that's true. Like,
yeah.
if you do something
All right.
half-heartedly, what the fuck do you expect to happen? You know?
Yeah, talking about full ass and something, I lost 10 pounds in the
That's pretty
last couple weeks. I weighed myself Monday, I'd lost 10 pounds. Weighed myself this morning, gained back 3.
Why is that?
I think it's just, things kind of fluctuate a little
Yeah,
bit. Maybe I
it's-
drank a little more water last night than,
Yeah, it even depends on the day or the even hour of the day. Like some of the weight shit.
yeah. So, but I do think, 10.
That's why
10
people tell you
8 to 10
don't
is
like
good.
weigh yourself too much because you'll be obsessed with those kind of like ups and downs that are
I've been weighing myself
meaningless.
twice a week.
yeah
Yeah, but
That's
I
probably
figure
fine.
since so I've been doing it Thursdays and
whatever works.
Sundays.
But yeah, I haven't taken it very seriously until this week. But now I'm like, okay, I got that little bit of momentum. I hate to lose that, and so just kind of keep chipping away
I
at it.
fasted a little bit. I did like a 72-hour fast at the beginning, try
Nice.
and kind of reset my body. But I
Uh-huh.
don't want to fast too much because I don't want to lose the muscle I've gained, like I was saying, and I was a little sick. So the
Yeah.
first couple weeks I was taking it easy as well. I do think the bulk of the weight I lost was in the last week.
But I
I
really,
got back into the gym, got my steps in.
I really think I could win this just by due diligence and hard work. I feel like you're gonna like.
Do you
you're
think
gonna-
I'm not having due diligence and
No,
doing hard
I'm
work?
just saying. I just don't think you can maintain it.
I did have a couple cheat days in between.
Yeah,
I had
dude, a
cheat
couple
day.
of cheat days. I think, I think if I get on my P's and Q's, which I have been this week,
Uh-huh.
I don't think you got any shot, dude. I don't think
I've
you-
already lost more weight than you.
No,
so.
but I really don't think you're going to keep this up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't think
Yeah.
I keep it up for? Because I was just thinking about it. It's like only 3 more months at this point, basically. January's almost over.
3 more. That's a long time. 3 months is a long time.
But still not that long. I only have
Depends
3
on-
months.
Well, that's actually what was one of the fun things about doing like a weight loss plan over several months is that I'm just in this point in my life where time just flies by.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, holy shit, that 4 months went by so quickly.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas if I was younger, it would seem like forever.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, this next 3 months is going by so quick. Like, I
Yeah.
really got to buckle down
yeah.
and make sure I stay in the pocket here.
yeah.
Because if I just keep fucking off and then it's like, okay, a month passed and I didn't lose any weight, like,
yeah.
fuck.
And then also, you work so hard for these pounds and inches, and giving them back sucks. You know, so that's what
Any
I
given
hate.
Sunday.
What's that?
Any given Sunday.
Yeah, it's all about the inches. The inches we need
Or
All
around your
of-
waist.
all around your waist.
and your hips.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember other parts of that. I've listened to that speech so many times. I love that scene.
yeah, I remember you talking about
Inches
that.
we need. But yeah, so it's been good. But So I had a wedding that I drank at. I had courtside tickets to the Nuggets that I drank
Yeah,
at.
it's like you've been going twice now. You're like, this is a live dream last year. You had a whole debate about whether you should buy tickets. And then you just did it again this year.
Well, no, I did it. Last time I didn't do courtside. I got like 2 rows behind courtside because courtside's a completely different monster.
Oh, is it?
You go into
2 more rows up is a different thing.
You go into a separate like Illuminati entrance where
Okay,
there's
wow.
one fucking metal detector and like they barely even detect shit. You don't have to take off anything. And then you walk in and I wish I'd have taken more pictures. It is just like a smorgasbord of like fancy food. Like I went and got prime rib and horseradish and like a mini burger and all the drinks are free.
Whoa.
And
so
they-
you didn't even have to carry a pocket flask?
No, because all the drinks are free.
Okay.
And then you walk
How much
out.
was it? How'd you get into this? Because you were like gonna fucking slit your wrist last year because you were debating spending all that money.
Because they were probably, let's say a typical game, those seats run, I don't know, let's say
And the Nuggets are hotter than ever.
$1,500. Let's say each of those tickets would cost $1,500 on just like a basic day. They were $500 each because the Nuggets were playing literally the worst team in the league. Like they were playing the Detroit Pistons, and the Detroit Pistons had just lost like 28 games in a row. And so they were dirt cheap. So I was able to get these at like a third of the price.
Okay.
And like from me to that light was Nikolai Jokic. Like we were sitting right next to each other. It was like awkward.
You were sitting right there.
We were, because we were right there next to their bench. Like that is the weirdest thing that's why it was a life dream.
You didn't
It's
like
'cause-
throw a joke out?
No, dude, because they've heard it all. You're not special, you know.
You're pretty unique though.
It's almost awkward. I wish I could show you. I mean, you probably saw the pictures, dude. They're right fucking there, dude. They're right, literally sitting 1 seat, 2 seats, then the bench where they were sitting. So it was worth it, 100% worth it. And I got my brother. What happened was I was drunk at the wedding, and my brother had brought it up. For some reason, I brought it up that I was looking at these courtside tickets, and then I like berated my brother to go with me. I'm like, dude, you have to go. Come on, dude. I don't give a shit how much it costs. Fucking let's do it. And he just eventually said yes. And so,
So you both paid for your tickets?
no, I paid
Or
for
you
his
paid
tickets.
for it? Oh wow.
Because,
Yeah, then what the fuck? He has no reason to say no.
well, he has to go. Well, he had to drive down to Pueblo, drive back, and then drive back down for work. Because he had to take his car and family back to Pueblo, and then drive back up for the game, and then drive back down for work. I had told him I'd drive him back down to Pueblo. Like his family would go to Pueblo, he'd stay, and then I'd drive him back. Like, because I just wanted it to be as easy for him as possible. But he did it, and it worked, and
You had a good time with your brother?
had a
You guys
great time.
Connected.
And well, I feel embarrassed about this though. The guy next to me was wearing a Super Bowl ring. Like just like a big fat Super Bowl ring. I'm like, oh my God, dude, we're sitting next to somebody who was a part of the Broncos Super Bowl team or something like that. But I think it was just a rich guy who bought a replica
Ring. Yeah.
Super Bowl ring. So it wasn't somebody, it was just some rich fuckface. But and you know what was really embarrassing is like we got there early because you sit on they're just practicing right in front of you. So we got there as early as possible, which is also such like a poor person thing to do. Like these rich people don't give a shit. Like they hang out in the lounge during the game. Like the game's going on. I'm like, this is amazing. And they're like eating free hamburgers and shit. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah. And I asked some guy who's standing there, like a security guard. Like I thought it was like the ticket people that show you to their seats. I was like, hey, can you take a picture of me and my brother? And he's like, no, I can't do that because he was security. And he's like, dude, I'm guarding these fucking $1 million athletes. I'm not here to take your faggy picture.
He
And
said faggy?
No, but his eyes and his demeanor. And I still like, I was like taking a shower today and I was like, oh
He
shit.
called me. He said it with his eyes.
Yeah, dude. So I felt so embarrassed because like, I don't like asking people to take my picture too.
Right.
it
yeah,
really
that's a
takes-
big one for you.
It really takes a lot. And I usually have never had someone say no. So I got my nerve to ask this guy to take a picture of me and my brother because it's a big event. And he's like, no. I was like, oh, like it just kind of like broke my heart and made me feel so bad. But the dude was doing a fucking job. He's probably like a retired Navy SEAL who's like, this is his retirement where he just is the guy guarding the court. So I had to drink at that because the drinks were free and I want to get drunk and have a good time. Same with the wedding. Same with 51st jokes.
All right. Yeah,
Dude, the
someone
fucking
was drinking a lot,
The
huh?
fucking NFL playoffs are going on and I'm not drinking. It's bullshit. But I made it a point to be sober for the Fort Comedy Fort show, because I needed to remember 30 minutes of shit. So I was just no booze, no weed, and it was actually, I was a better person.
Maybe that's something to think about.
It's something to think about. It is, because I was like, I have so much trouble remembering jokes, and it's just because I'm high. If I wasn't high, it'd be easier. If I just took my shit seriously. But yeah, so those things were in my way as far as eating healthy, was events where I want to get fucked up. But I'm running out of them.
That's why I'm gonna get a free Fogo de Chao meal here.
But now in a week we're going to the Royal Rumble. I want to get fucked up for that.
Hey, you got a lot of things coming up,
and
don't you?
What is it? Got a couple glass of wine when we go out for my wife's birthday, February 7th. So there's all these things where I'm like, maybe I'm gonna drink, but maybe I won't. I don't need it. I just want it. You know.
Yeah.
My thing is,
you should have what you want.
I went to the dispensary and I was like, do you have edibles but with like low sugar? So I got like low sugar edibles. They're actually pretty tasty. Only 2 grams of sugar per thing, which is pretty good for those like for that dog shit. And dude, that's what happened. I got them the day when we were talking on the phone yesterday. I was like, I'm gonna try this out. I'm gonna go shopping. Then in the middle of my shopping, I realized, dude, I'm fucking super stoned. And then walking around talking to you on the phone at 100% full volume, like talking shit about comics and like calling you a pussy, just walking through.
Yeah, I do think this is funny because we're trying to talk about like what my character or my voice, quote unquote, would be on stage. So I was like, I gotta have like a cool thing, you know, like
But that's also the wrong way to approach it too. Like,
I don't know. I just think there might be some ways to hack a little bit of life hack, a little stage hack,
maybe.
You know, like Matt Kobos. He's like fun stoner guy. He says, hell yeah. You know, he's got a vibe.
But that's who he is, though.
Yeah, sure. I'm not trying to, but it's a heightened version of who he is.
He wasn't like suit and tie. And
sure.
Like, what can I do?
Yeah, he's not fighting his type. I wouldn't be trying to fight my type. I'm not trying to like make up a fucking character either.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be fucking
Though I do
Will
love that,
Montgomery, but
I love the guy who does like the motivational cholo guy. Have you seen that guy?
I've seen the TikToks where he's like writing a diary.
Yeah, dude, that guy's so funny, and he just does characters. And I think he does other ones, but his cholo one is like so fucking funny. So maybe even characters.
I mean,
like
that might be like more of a sketch thing, but I just think my like on stage persona maybe. And you came up with super cuck for me.
I'm just trying to think
super
of what
cuck was high as fuck. Patrick came up with. I think of you as a super cuck.
Well, no,
but
it's just
because
like
I was saying like I love my wife. I think I'm a good husband. Like I think those are my best qualities, and like that's like how can I make that funny?
And you're just very like safe not to like harass people. Like sexually, I feel like there's something there, and it's like that's weird. I don't know. It's weird. Why do you worry about that so much? I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was crippled by the idea of being a creep as a young kid. You know, my dad got in trouble for sexual harassment. Like, I was always like, I do not want to be that. So, I mean, I've always been fighting that. That's like been one of my biggest
fighting
fears.
It makes it sound like you want to be a sexual harasser.
I've been fighting my whole life, dude. Yeah. All I want to do is go up and touch these boobs. Just want to honk these rockin' knockers.
Well, people do. Men do want to do that. Like, like when, like, you know, like when you're with somebody for a long time, you will.
I don't want to do that,
them.
by the way. Hopefully, you know, people will still want to come on my podcast,
right? Like people in relationships, like. A lot of times the girlfriend just gets groped a lot. Like, hey, you're washing dishes.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, when you're in a relationship, I think it's a little more playful and like accepted by your partner. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying you would do if you want to do that to everybody, but you just don't. Like you would do it like if it was like, socially acceptable. Like hey, like grabbing ass and stuff.
Yeah, I was trying to do a joke about how my New Year's resolution is to touch more boobs. Okay. But I'm in a relationship, so the only boobs I can touch are my wife's. So she's gonna have to deal with it.
There's something there where it's like ridiculous.
Not to touch a variety of boobs, to just touch boobs more. Specifically my wife's.
That's so hard though, because it's like she's party to this. Like you can't make your goal about someone else's body, I feel like.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, totally taking away her bodily autonomy. Your boobs need to be available to me 24/7.
Like I mean, it's fine if she's like into it. I don't know, but it seems weird.
I mean, it's just like I thought it was like a fun little like cute thing.
I just don't understand the impetus. Like what the
to want to touch boobs
more? Like why?
Hey, don't hit that.
Why?
Because boobs are nice and I like them.
Yeah, but it's like you're doing something that's nice. Like, that's not what a goal is. Like, hey, I want to eat more Triscuits today.
Sure, it doesn't have to be a fucking depriving yourself. Every goal in New Year's resolution doesn't have to be like, I need to be more miserable.
Well, I do want to watch all the Oscar Best Picture movies.
Sure, that's a nice little goal
It's
to have.
hard, but it's usually not worth it because I would say 2/3 suck.
Again, you're like punishing yourself in a way.
But you get to know, and I've actually found movies that I would never have watched because I did it once. I did it one year. It was like the Jojo Rabbit year, so I watched Jojo Rabbit.
Never
and
saw it. Seemed too depressing.
There's some like really beautifully depressing things in that movie, and it's an okay movie, but it's dark, and that's what you get.
I'm not looking for that.
You go in for it's like the sadness. It's a sad one.
Yeah, I'm like, life's already too fucking.
Dude, I fucking loved Coda. Did you ever see Coda?
No.
Won the Best Picture last year, and
yeah,
I fucking
Joe
loved
List
it.
made fun of it.
Yeah, dude, and
to
I
no
listened
end.
to their movie podcast, and they shit all over it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think they hate it for the reason I like it is because it's kind of cheesy and sweet. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
dude, I just want cheesy, sweet bullshit.
Yeah, sometimes that's what I want.
But
Dude,
yeah,
he's wrong. I am very against their thing about movies. He's always like, oh, it's got to be about nitty gritty real
Yeah.
people. And I'm like, no, dude, I love Lord of the Rings. Fuck you.
or I love When Harry Met Sally. It's like it's not like
yeah.
it doesn't have to be sad. Like somebody needs to be like someone has to be a bad person and it has to be depressing.
Yeah, why does someone have to be a piece of shit in the mob who can't like get anything good in life?
Or like, why does that give something value?
Wonka was nice. I saw Wonka.
Mm,
Chalamet is Wonka.
Yeah, I have no interest, but my sister-in-law was super excited about it, and I just never.
It was
I
fun.
hate Willy Wonka
Why?
because it's the stupid
Because
movie.
you're like, we shouldn't have chocolate.
No, because that movie was scary. Like no one admitted how
Oh, when
scary
you were
the
a kid?
fucking
Okay.
Oompa Loompas were. Like they were demonic, scary murderers that like would just come out of the walls and like you're trapped in this world where you can't escape. It's a fucking nightmare. It's disturbing as shit, Willy Wonka. I don't know what the
All valid points.
Gene Wilder one's called.
yeah, Charlie and the Chocolate
It's
Factory.
Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. And then the Depp one is Willy Wonka and the
I
Chocolate Factory.
think it might. Well, maybe it's the other way around. The other one might be called Willy Wonka, and the other one might be called Charlie and the
There's
Chocolate
something
Factory.
there. And then I didn't give a shit about the Johnny Depp one. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't get into that.
I'm
one.
more into the Chalamet than the Depp. But I'm not interested in any of it.
Yeah.
But I do want to see Godzilla -1. Have you seen that?
No, I'm
You're not a
big on
kaiju guy?
Godzilla. Yeah, no,
Oh,
never got into it.
wow! How dare you?
I just never got into it. I mean, I saw
It's
Pacific
cool,
Rim.
dude. Yeah, Pacific Rim was so good. The first one was really good. I think the second one was passable. I wish they would have done more with that whole series. Robots fighting monsters? Shit. Shit, dog. I got a
All right.
12-year-old or a 4-year-old boy.
What's the next step for you in the weight loss challenge? What are you doing? How you gonna
Pitching perfect games, baby.
just slow and steady wins the race here, huh?
No, I don't think that my
Well, like sticking to your calories. You're not like trying to work out too crazy. You're not like gonna run a marathon.
no.
You're not starving yourself. That's what I mean by like just slow and steady.
Calorie. So I have like a hierarchy of rules. Hierarchy of rules is the first one's the calorie counting. The second one is like a balanced. What are they called? The fats, the carbs, and the protein. You know, get my proper
Like your
ratio.
macros.
Yeah, then the third one would be like a low carb thing. So that's the kind, and then maybe an intermittent fasting. But that's my tiers of like the calories is the most important. The intermittent fasting maybe lesser so, maybe fourth on the list. So that's the goal. And I've really only been taking it seriously for 5 days, and I've lost
And you lost 5 pounds.
5 pounds. So I feel like I could really fucking kill it.
All right. Well, I'm a machine.
But we're going to Tampa, and like I think Tampa's got a good food scene, so I'm gonna have to like. It's all about portion. Like I'm just gonna have to have a quarter of a Cubano, and not like a whole fucking Cubano.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Or maybe just fast all day and then have a whole Cubano.
Yeah, I'd rather have a.
I did that when I did my last cheat day. I fasted all day and then we had some pizza in the evening
Okay.
when we watched a movie. We did a
Yeah,
Lord
if
of the
you-
Rings movie
And if
night.
you're doing calories, you probably did fine that day.
Yeah,
day
I mean, it
too.
wasn't. I mean, yeah, I mean, my macros were out the window. Like, I didn't get my amount of protein for that day.
Yeah,
But I've been really following more of like the slow carb thing. So
Yeah.
I've been trying to get a lot more beans.
a lot of ways.
Been
to
having some
skin that
beans with
cat.
everything, and yeah, that really just trying to stick to that overall keeps me within my calories for
Ooh.
the day. Usually, And if I go a little over, it's maybe just like because I wanted something sweet and I had a banana,
Yeah.
or I had some cherries. I got like some
Yeah,
frozen
that's all fine.
cherries,
And then
things that aren't terrible,
yeah,
instead of going to like a fucking pint of ice cream,
yeah, or just something that's like really calorie dense. Like if
Yeah,
you eat
yeah.
a fucking, I don't know, Oreo, it's probably a lot of calories for not a lot.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing too I've been trying is like fill up my
yeah.
stomach as much as I can.
Yeah.
Like
that's
have a
good-
big
that's a good
salad
one.
with a lot of mixed greens and like just have a lot of
Just be full more
full more,
for
but like
me.
eat shit that's low in calories,
shit
but a lot of it.
Yeah. So
That's-
just fill yourself up.
Yeah, so you could be satiated. But that Greek salad's all I need.
That's why I've been trying to eat earlier in the day. Like I'm not
Yeah.
fasting right now. I think
Yeah.
I wake up and I eat immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Like fill myself up.
Yeah.
Eggs, beans, maybe some salsa.
Yeah, dude. And that's
This
It
morning,
seems-
chicken with some
It's-
hummus and pickles.
and you're tracking those calories and stuff?
Yeah.
That's a bitch, too.
Yeah.
Because it's all pretty approximate.
It's all pretty good.
Because I'll
and-
weigh everything out. Everything I can weigh, I do weigh. When I'm doing that, but like when we made chili this week, so I would just eat chili for lunch, and I really can't. That's all fucking.
Yeah, you didn't like measure it out before and stuff.
No,
before-
'cause it's
yeah,
like,
and
okay, some
once
fa-
it's all together.
And who
it's-
knows? There's some kidney beans, there's some pinto beans, and chicken. Like it's really.
Yeah, you didn't like measure out how much you're getting per serving and all that
No.
jazz.
But you could also just be realistic with yourself too. It's like, yeah, if I'm eating this big fucking bowl of chili, then maybe I'm going over my calories. Like you just have to be.
Yeah, and I do think a big thing with like a lot of people starting out is like, the idea of counting my calories is so overwhelming and they don't want to do it. But I think after a while you get used to it and you can kind of eyeball a lot of things.
Yeah, you could get a shorthand to it where you're just getting an approximation because that's all, especially with like my watch will count like, oh, you've burnt so many calories. That's everything's approximate.
Yeah.
You don't know how your body's processing stuff, but as long as you have a general idea.
But
it's
you're
helped me.
feeling good.
Yeah, dude,
You're feeling good.
that
Me
5
too.
pounds is a
Me
big
too.
deal because that 5 pounds was like when I was like, oh, the clothes start feeling tighter.
Yeah.
That was actually a big 5 pounds. And then I'm like flirting with being back in the 180s. That makes me happy. So the 190s was really like, okay, you're fucking up here.
Yeah, 190 is like right next to 200.
Yeah, dude, so quickly to go there.
Yeah.
So I would love to get like maybe
Yeah.
by this time next week I could be in the mid 80s.
124 felt so much better than 234 or 224 felt so much better than 234.
Yeah.
Because 234, piece of shit. 10 pounds lighter, you're already like I'm on my way, baby.
Yeah, dude.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, and then
That's a lot closer to the teens, and then that's a lot closer to flirting with 200.
Yeah, dude.
And I can't even imagine being under 200 now. But I've been trying to visualize it. I'm trying to visualize myself being there.
yeah,
you know, and I've been repeating: losing weight comes easily to me,
Uh-huh.
easily, effortlessly, and easily to me. I've been trying to really be in that mindset.
Yeah, and when I did it was like if you just set those rules and just make sure you follow the rules, then there's no failure possible. Particularly with the calorie shit.
Evening's hard. Evenings is the worst part for me.
Yeah, I got to do tea. I got to say I have a warm drink.
Like right after work, I just got to go right into the bedroom. I can't even fuck around with it. Do the dishes and get to bed.
Yeah.
Like don't fuck around in there.
Mine is putting dinner away. Like we'll
Right,
eat dinner
yeah,
and
yeah.
I'll pull dinner away, and I would love to like just snack on food while I put dinner away.
Is it hard for you? Because my wife and I don't really cook together. Because like
yeah.
my diet is so different from it. She'll like make a sandwich or whatever. And I'm like, can you put that bread somewhere? Like, I don't want to see it.
No, it's hard because I make everything. Like I make my wife's. What's really hard is I'll try, and this is why fasting I can't do as much, just because I'll make my wife like a breakfast burrito most days, like where it's just like eggs,
Very
cheese,
nice.
sausage, and a tortilla, and I'll just like a little bit of eggs. I'm like, this ain't hurt nobody. It's just like some fucking eggs. But like if I'm trying to do my stupid fast, but that's why the fasting helps is because now I have I can't eat. I can't do that little snacky shit that adds up over time. And that's why I call it pitching perfect games. I'm like, okay, I want to pitch a perfect game. I can't fucking snack on that fucking
Yeah.
eggs, even though I could rationalize it. So I had a few perfect games.
Just like an addict. I'm like, just do good today. Don't even think
Yeah.
about tomorrow.
One
Just
step at a
fucking
time.
stay in your calories today.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Being very it is similar to just impulse control. That's
yeah.
what it
Impulse
is.
control, addiction. I mean,
Yeah, so we'll see. I think this next week should be good. My mom and dad left Cheez-Its here, like a big bag of fucking Ziploc Cheez-Its. That's been very difficult.
I'm sure it's harder with your kids and stuff. It's like, I got all the fucking junk food from like the holidays out.
Yeah.
Like I threw away a bunch of shit. And my friend Ethan Eberhardt was like, friend of the pod, was like, "Nah, dude, I'm too Midwest boy. I got to eat it all. Like, I just got to sit there and fucking get through all the popcorn
Yeah.
and then fucking."
No, that makes sense.
But I was just like, "Nope, throw it away."
Yeah.
Like, I threw away some, shit I wasn't gonna eat.
It's like, yeah, you just have to. I mean, if that's like if you want to do like a no failure possible, you can't give yourself the option.
Yeah, I threw away some chips, things like that.
Yeah, and who gives a shit?
Yeah,
That's just-
really.
you gotta
Yeah,
do
that's
what you
what I'm
gotta do.
saying.
So we'll see, but I think I'm in the mood now. Whereas like the first 2 weeks was so jam packed with shit. Even though we are going to the Royal Rumble soon.
Okay, yeah. Well, you got to give yourself some leeway. Give
Well, that's why
yourself
I
a
got
treat here and
That's
there.
why I got the edibles. So it's like I can't drink, but I'll take a little
Sure,
2 grams of sugar edible and get my
go from there.
get high.
All right, on man. Thanks for making this happen. Thanks for letting me do the ice bath. I don't know if it's something I'm going to be doing on a consistent basis.
You don't want to take the other one?
No,
Do it.
I don't really want
do it. It's nice, dude.
I'll look at it. Maybe.
I think I am
it was
clearer.
unpleasant. I'd rather just go into a sauna. I enjoy the sauna, and
Yeah,
I
of
think
course,
you're
'cause
getting the
it's-
same
'cause it's-
things. You're getting the heat shock proteins instead of the cold shock proteins, and your heart rate's getting up. I think of it more as like a long distance running versus a sprint. The ice bath is a sprint.
I get it, but it's because it sucks more.
Dude, and
There's
I'm
value
working
in
out.
that.
I'm doing shit. You're just plopping your ass in a fucking cold tank for 3 minutes, and you're like, I'm done for the day. And I'm like, I'm going to the gym. I'm fucking getting my reps in.
Then it'd be way better for you then, because then you'd be able to recover better. And like that's like what's like
My recovery's fine.
The 30% of steroids is just like the quick recovery.
Yeah, well, I'm
So
not
you would
doing
be
that.
doing a lot better, and if
a lot better.
you would just be like the only thing that is it's uncomfortable and not nice.
Yeah, there's both of those things, which I'm sure it was not flattering watching me make some weird ass noises in that fucking thing. But appreciate you guys watching.
And you should have sat down more. I think you're.
I couldn't. I was sitting. My feet were folded. I wasn't sinking in enough. I wasn't sinking in.
Yeah,
because there was some room between my butt and the ground, but I couldn't get. I wasn't. It's too buoyant. I guess I got too much mass.
Oh, maybe it's something, but yeah, you did. I think you did fine because he's really just got to get your heart covered, is what I've heard, and so you did fine. But you're a little hunchy.
Well, yeah, I was trying to get in there.
Yeah,
but anyway,
but it is a small thing, that little tub.
Yeah, it's a little tub. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you have a good weekend, day, wherever you're watching this. I'll be around. I'll be in Parker. I'll be in Aurora. I'll be in Littleton. I'll be in Longmont, just throughout the week working. No shows booked, but I'll let you know when I do. Patrick, got anything you want the people to know about? I am Patrick Scott on all the socials.
Yeah, and then I think I'm doing that Greeley show at Stella's on Thursday.
I'm thinking of switching all my socials to Simp King, because I think that's really the character I want to go with. Simp King.
Yeah, I'm going to get into that.
That's going to be my thing on the stage. Yeah, I think it's fun. I love my wife. No one trusts hey, I love my wife guy, but Simp King.
It's an interesting gimmick.
I do think it's an interesting gimmick, and I like Simp King as a fucking tag.
I like it too.
All right, man. Thank you so much. I'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Peace.